What can you say after that one today?
Lost for words, Sandra. We've just been speaking about it again and there. I can see the goal after 3 minutes with Tumulty running forward, something we'd spoken about. And we saw Grimshaw do exactly the same things last week. Got away with it on a couple of occasions. We've shown what could have happened against Dundee United, and then after 3 minutes today, we just leave him. It's just a lack of listening. And like I said, after 3 minutes you're 1-0 down, and then you begin to fall apart. But it's so frustrating, and you're just conceding the same sort of goals over and over again. Like you said, that first one, and it just so happens you spoke about it last week. The second one, I think Carl McKellen comes out to the kind of right back area, and we speak about getting tight and not letting people turn. He said, the guy's, he's gone to put his foot down, he stepped a little bit, and then he's got nutmegged and the ball ends up in the back of the net, and you're 3-0 down at half time. And then, you concede 2 more, obviously, one off the corner, a fantastic finish, but we don't stay by man on the second phase, and then Conor Murray, I think, gets the 5th one. I have to apologise. I can only apologise to the fans who came and watched that, because it was far from where we were last week.
It is, and it's so frustrating, isn't it, given last week's performance, the commitment, the way they cleared the lines, everything they did last week, they just didn't seem to do today. Yeah,
I think when you can see the goal after 3 minutes, though, just things in the back of your minds begin, you start to think about all the other goals you've conceded, and before you conceded another one and another one, and then we have a couple of chances in the first half as well, that are better than half chances, and then the start of the second half you have a chance as well, and we just aren't putting the ball in the back of the net, either. I know we scored 2 last week, but I mean in terms of today's game, we just wasn't scoring opportunities that we'd probably easier to score than miss, or definitely hit the target. But yeah, in terms of the goals we're conceding, it's very, very difficult to stand by and watch, and listen. The players have held their hands up in there, but when we cross the white line, that's when we need people to kind of be accountable. But it's extremely frustrating, and then it hurts.
Masters of their own downfall, or where it's just that Accies are a very good side?
No, they are a very good side. Listen, give them credit, definitely. They are a very good side. They're at the top of the league, or top of the league now, for a reason. But, as much credit as I want to give to them, I have to look at us and look at, the parts that we've played in the goals that we've conceded. And as I said, I said to the players, we speak about these things, we go through them in training, and, it's so frustrating to then see after 3 minutes we just switch off. We just switch off everything we've spoken about all week and we've gone through to make sure we don't allow it to happen, because we knew Tumulty would go high, we knew they'd try and play that ball inside shoulder, and we just almost let it happen as if we have no direction in terms of what we've been told to do, and that's frustrating. We lost the light here. That's so frustrating, because we have been told about it.
And of course they were still in it at 1-0, but then they conceded 2 before half time in the final 5 minutes, so never a good time to concede goals, but they're just conceding them at...
Yeah.
So is that concentration?
It's disheartening time to concede it, isn't it? Potentially, Sandra, potentially. It's just, staying switched on at all times. You have to be that way in football. You have to stay switched on. You have to go about your business and make sure, right, we conceded one, I'm not going to concede another one. Let's get in at half time and see where we're at. But then you can see the second one, you'll say, right, that is definitely it. But then, like you say, you concede the third one, and you're just like, it's an uphill battle from there on in, and then you come out, start the second half, you have a great opportunity to potentially make it 3 when you don't take that, and then listen, we all know by 90 minutes you're 5-0 down, and it hurts. I understand the hurt from the supporters. I definitely understand it. They've travelled, they've put their hand into their pockets when money's tight for everyone. Christmas is coming up, and I understand their hurt. Believe me, I understand it.
And it's just, as you say, you talk about it, the players are holding their hands up, but they need to take a bit of responsibility.
We just need to do it. I don't want to see people's hands up. Just do it. I felt at times today, I know it was a fast pitch because, listen, it was hard because of the weather, etc. But I just felt at times as well, the physical battle. Just stand up and use your body. You see, if you get barged over onto the floor, so be it. But just put your body in there. Put your body on the line. Just especially, when things are bouncing around, just put your body on the line and And listen, you might not be the biggest of players, but just have a big heart, and like I said, just try and win that battle, because teams are going to try and be physically stronger than you and physically overpower you, and you have to stand up to that in football. That's modern football.
It's going to be another probably more physical game next week as well against Montrose.
Yeah, no, of course it is. As I said, you have to give Hamilton credit as well, because I think they did both sides of the game. I thought they were extremely physical, and when they got into that final third, they were extremely clinical as well. So yeah, like you said, this league is League One football. It's going to be physical. It's no surprise to any of us. People watching, me managing, my coaching staff, all the players. It is no surprise. We understand what this league's about. You have to stand up to that. And it's just cutting out these sloppy goals and these early goals. Like, it's 5 minutes last week, getting back into that habit. 3 minutes this week. No, it's just not acceptable.
And again, as we've talked about there, it's like just before half time, not long after half time, just before it's finished. It's just
yeah, exactly. And a lot of goals are conceded or scored, or however you want to look at it. That those period of time. But as I said, 3 minutes. That's far too early. The game. I'd rather you be far too defensive than being kind of no man's land and ball watching and be like, oh no, there's a man that I've got told to mark when he runs forward, or how to cut it off. I've not done my job, and you can see the goal. It's just take responsibility. As I said, you're given direction for a reason. So you're given that direction, you understand it, and after defeats, but especially today, I said to the players, do you understand what's being asked of you, what we went to that situation, and people give you the answer straight away. So then there's a breakdown somewhere in terms of knowing it, so you know it, so why aren't you doing it? You need to do it. And as I said to them there, it hurts. That's the big word for me today. It's hurting, and as I said, I apologise again to the supporters.
And as you say, it is, if they know it, it's down to them to do it.
Yeah, it is. And I can shout from the side, but we are really, really working hard in training. We are showing them every single possible way in order for them to learn. It's not just a visual thing. We're going out there, we're showing them every single way to do it. Just go out there and execute it. Just go out there and defend. Balls wide, find a man, mark a man. That is it, because the space won't score. Sooner you mark space and the ball gets cut back, all of a sudden the ball's in the back of your net. Just mark players. That is it. Balls wide, mark a player. That's all I ask of them. Just don't seem to be doing it. When there's a tackle to be made, make the tackle. Nothing frustrates me more than people hanging their foot, and that's how you get hurt. Make the tackle. Just do the ugly side of the game, as people say, and it's not the ugly side, it's the important side of the game. Do that to the best of your ability.
And for the first week this season, we've been able to field the same starting 11 for back-to-back. It only lasted 4 minutes, Craig McGuffin.
Yeah. Again, Craig's put his foot down. He said it's basically just rock hard underneath him, and he's just gone over on his ankle. Like he said, 4 minutes in, you lose one player and you conceded one goal. And that's the thing. We're looking at the subs bench towards the end, and it's difficult because it's minus temperatures out here. You're worried about them throwing players on, and then them picking up injuries, muscular injuries. But then you have to do it because you get a couple of boys booked. You're then down to 10 men. You need to try and get some more energy on, and you're really worried about who you throw on. Obviously we want to throw, we're talking about throwing Lewis Gibson on, but with his ankle problems, he can't go onto the pitch. So yeah, listen, it's one of those things. We've just lost another player, but fortunately today at least we were able to field a full bench. But that's the least of the problems. Our problems are the goals that we've conceded today and the manner we've conceded them.
Kyle Doherty's red card as well.
Yeah, I think that a few tackles had flown in at that point. I say tackles, I think probably swipes at the ball that had missed, and whatever else. And then I thought it was a booking personally, but the referee sent him off. I've only seen it once, and that was live, and the referee's a lot closer than me, decided to send him off, and then you kind of leave your teammates, you're down to 10 men. Doc said that he didn't feel that it was a red card, but he has been sent off, so we have to look at that and then deal with that.